What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. We got a lot going on for you today. We got some food, we got some prep, we got some organization, we got some tiredness, we got some stomach pains, we got some cramps, we got all the above. Let's just get into it. Alright, got some food in the oven. I got my lovely assortments of pumpkin seeds. We got some roasted pecans, roasted pumpkin seeds, some kale, and we got some dried cranberries all up in this mix right now. We got some of our veg in the oven. We got our lovely Greek marinated zucchini. My mind is trying to leave me at the moment, so, and I'll take you guys over. I got my nice creamy sauce here for our sun-dried tomato creamy sauce for our pasta. All right, so once again, if you like what we do, like, subscribe, you know, the lovely stuff YouTube likes. We like bringing this food and loveliness to you as well. So, and that being said, let's get going, shall we? Living in America. We got our lovely food in the oven. So while that's going, we're gonna cut up some lovely chives and get this going, shall we? Happy hump day, by the way. It is Wednesday, so happy hump day to everyone in the stream. You guys are wonderful. So got some chives here. I'm gonna use it for garnish going forward. So I'm just gonna cut up a little bit. Little bit of cutting action. Nice and tiny. I don't want it to, I just want a little bit of contrast with it. I don't want it to take over the dish, you know. I want you to look at it and be like, what is this dish? Chives only? I'm just playing. Just a little bit of greening for my garnish. That's all it is. That is all it is. Whoa, let's not cut a finger today. Good, that's it. Da-na-na-na. Whoa. The zucchini we're gonna leave for last to put it in the oven because that is gonna cook pretty fast. Faster than everything else that I've already got in the oven, so I'm not worried about timing for that because push come to shove. Once I get some space in my oven, since my oven is completely full with food at the moment, I will start on that loveliness. So we're gonna use that as a little bit of garnish a little bit later as our food starts to come out of the oven. So we're just getting a little started today with our day. How's everybody's day in the stream? Hope everybody's having a good morning. It's Wednesday. Happy hump day. You guys are wonderful. You guys are amazing. And I thank you for being here today. So we're low. So this is our zucchini that we're waiting to put in the oven. It's marinated with a little bit of our lovely Greek spices. I blended my own stuff. So we're waiting for that to go in the oven. Our oven's full. So while that's going, we're gonna get our pasta going. Our cream sauce is done over here. So I love cream sauce, sun-dried tomato cream sauce. So we're gonna get our pasta going right about now. Where's our bowl? Okay. Yup. So in this lovely bowl that we see in front of you, bring you in so you can see. I wish I could give you more height, but this is high as I'm willing to go. We have some spinach. We have some Parmesan cheese. We have that sun-dried tomatoes that we got right here. We got some cherry tomatoes. So sun-dried tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, and spinach with some olive oil. And we're just gonna toss that a little bit, get everything nicely mixed in. For our cream sauce, it's sun-dried tomato, cherry tomatoes, onion, garlic, tomato paste, and white wine, and 35% cream. And then we're just cooking that down. So that's a little bit mixed up. I know how it looks right now, but wait till we're finished and we'll see how it really looks. So we're gonna go grab our pasta. We have some nice linguine pasta. I'm gonna bring you guys back a little bit because it's gonna get messy and I don't wanna get any sauce up in the camera lens because it is harder, very harder to clean that way. What's going on, chat? Nice to see everybody nicely. Jerimar, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I appreciate you coming to the chat. You as well, Melissa. Welcome. Looks good. Thank you. You guys are amazing for starting off my lovely stream chat nice and early. You are both amazing. All right, let me grab my pasta and then I can get that going before all my other stuff starts to come out of the oven for you. Gene, you sure you don't want to come Friday?
No.
Why not?
Tomorrow, are you coming to the class?
I wish, but I'm not. Only 60. All right, so we got our pasta and gonna start getting that in. Whoa. Whoa. You know what? I wonder if I should split this in 2 bowls. I think I have a lot of pasta right now. Pretty sure I had the same amount of pasta as yesterday. I didn't have to split it in 2 bowls. This one's looking like it's gonna want to flow over, so you know what? We're just gonna do that. We're gonna get this split up in 2 bowls so we don't make a giant complete mess of our little table right here. So all I want to do is toss, make sure we spread that lovely ingredients all the way about. I get our spinach, our sun-dried tomatoes, and our other tomatoes everywhere. Keep it nice and fresh. All right, let me grab another bowl so I can get this divided up so we don't make a mess. We are trying to keep our area clean for everything else that's gonna come out the oven. So stick with us. All right. So how's everybody doing this morning? It's Wednesday. How you feeling? Is there anything that you're looking forward to doing on this hump day? You know, maybe after work, hit up a bar for a nice little drink, a lounge or something for some nice cocktail, some nice music a little bit later on, because I truly don't want to ask anybody about work. I believe if you're going to conversate with somebody, the last thing you really want to talk about is their work life. Because, you know, some people don't really like going into work all the time. There's some people who truly and really love their work. So, you know, I'll let them bring up the topic, if anything. For me, you know, once I leave work, I'm done. If I'm at work, it's a different story. But once I'm out the door of work, it doesn't cross my mind until I step foot into work the next day. Unless I have like a catering or something that I have to tend to, then that's a different story. So, let me know how you guys feel down in the comments. I would love to know while I'm doing this lovely food of ours. All right, so now our pasta is split in between two bowls. I am going to add our sauce to get that mixed up. And then we can get them in our lovely containers. This time we have more room to work with than yesterday, where everything was like kind of, in a way, spilling out. All right, so sauce. And trust me, the flavor and the taste. I don't even have to add too much salt to this dish. That is what is so good about this, because you're getting tons of flavor alone from the tomato paste, the dried tomatoes, and the other tomatoes. That's just bringing this dish absolutely forward. So, gonna be amazing if I would just stop splashing pasta all over myself. Pasta sauce all over myself here. Let's get my hands nice and saucy. Hot or not, it has to be mixed. So as you can see, I'm just using that lovely using the heat from the pasta sauce to wilt our nice lovely spinach here. All right, so that's what that looks like. We're gonna transfer this into the other bowl and then get this in our container, add some more cheese and more sauce on top. Nice. All right, since I've splashed everywhere on my body with sauce, I'm gonna put our pasta in these two containers right here. So let's move you guys back so you guys can get a better look at that. All right, so now pasta, nice little linguine pasta. Honestly, this one's pretty easy to do. If you want to do something like this at home, it's fairly easy. The longest part of this is actually just making your sauce, which is honestly does not take that long at all. I'm gonna get more sauce on me, all right. Oh, you were hot. My fingers, my poor, poor fingers. What have I done to you? Why do I always traumatize you on days like this? I'm gonna give it some height to make it look a little bit better. Spread some of those tomatoes and that spinach on the top. This one's a little bit cleaner than yesterday, a little bit cleaner. Yesterday's one was a complete mess, but not today. I'm just gonna wipe down these sides, take care of all that little mess so it's not visible to any customers and be like, why does this dish look so messy? All right. And that being said, now we're just gonna put some of our leftover sauce on here. No, it's running down the side because I'm a slob. It's running down the side. No. Keep trying to avoid that from happening, and every single time it happens. Every single time it happens. Sorry if I don't respond to you in chat right away. Once I'm doing this. I'm a little bit focused on getting this out. So I will eventually get to the chat. Just not every single time. I should probably use a ladle, no? Use a ladle and get all the, make it easier to get the sauce in there. But you know, I'm a sucker for pain, I guess. All right, get on there. Now, if I was doing this for like saying like a nice plating restaurant style, then I would not pour the sauce on like this because I want the tomatoes, the spinach and stuff to come out more on the dish. So if I was doing this for like a restaurant setting, I will definitely not pour the sauce on like this. I'll make sure it's nice and saucy, then put my garnish on top, like the tomatoes and stuff like that. And it'll just look, it'll look way better. But that's why I showed you guys before I threw the sauce on what it looks like. But for this, I'm gonna put some extra Parmesan cheese on top. So you don't get to see all the tomatoes and spinach and stuff, but I still can make it look a little bit aesthetically pleasing for when customers pull up and they're curious to know what it is. And we can tell them everything that's inside, and maybe they'll get intrigued and be like, that sounds good. I want to get it. So that is what we're doing. And that's why we have extra garnish to pull it off. It smells amazing, by the way. Just want to let you guys know in the stream, it does smell absolutely divine, if I do say so myself. Anyways, enough talking. Let's get this where it needs to be in our hot foods area. Julia, welcome back. You're hungry? I'm hungry too. But I've been tasting everything I've been making, so I guess I'm getting there. But my stomach is still saying eat more. Lloyd, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I'm gonna take this to our hot food area, so, and then we'll come back and try to put in our next, get our next menu item going. So let's go. And I just want to say happy hump day to the stream. Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week once again. Once again. I got a question for you, stream. What's some of the oddest food items you've ever eaten in your life? What's some of the oddest food items you've eaten throughout the span of your life? I would love to know. For me, myself, there's one I want to try that I haven't got to try, but I think it would be absolutely disgusting. And plus, I don't like the stuff that's in it. But somewhere in the world, they specialize in making this nice, potent, stinky cheese. And the way they achieve this is having maggots all over your cheese. So essentially, it's a maggot cheese. Now, as a foodie, yes, I would love to try it, but in the back of my mind, I cannot stand maggots. So just imagine trying to eat something and you have these critters, just larvae, just crawling all over your cheese or stuff, your food, not even just cheese, your food in general. That will just make my stomach turn. But this is a food channel. Let's not talk about that right now. And let's get to our next item. Oh, my face, steam and everything else. Sauna. Whew, you're hot. Holy shit. I meant that in a nice way, food. All right, we have some stuff coming out the oven. You want to check on Jean's side for the liver pate. You want to check on Jean's side. We have our sweet potatoes coming out the oven. One of our lovely customers was asking for some chicken pate. Pate, sorry, not pad thai. Whoa. We have our lovely blackened salmon coming out the oven. And yes, you heard me right. I said blackened salmon. I did not stutter. Would you get out of my way, sir? Ooh, now we can put our zucchini that we're waiting to put in the oven. Now we got a little bit of space for that. Got some more lovely veggies coming out as well. All right, we got a few things for you that's coming out the oven. So we're gonna try to get that out the way as quickly, efficiently as possible. Just bear with me for a second and I can take you guys through my process. All right, so you seen the blackened salmon. Now you can see what I'm gonna do with it. If you weren't here yesterday, now you're gonna get to see that. Got our container. Sunny days, clouds away. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I know if you've been with me for a little bit, you know that I've been complaining about winter so much lately. But now the weather is getting a little bit warmer. It's supposed to get up to 6 degrees today. I know it's not the best, but it's a start. It's definitely a start to things getting warmer out here in our lovely GTA area. All right, so if you're with us yesterday, you know that we have our nice little blackened salmon. We have our nice, lovely saffron sauce that we're gonna put on this, lemon saffron sauce that we're gonna put on it. Now our saffron sauce is a little bit on the sweet savory side. So we're gonna show you how we're gonna finish that. And don't worry, the salmon is not burnt or anything. It's just the spices that I put on it. It's giving, making it a little more toast than it actually is. The salmon's only been cooked for about 15 minutes. The temperature is well above 85 degrees. And that is in coordination with our health inspector. So we got to make sure our temperatures are always on point. All right, so that being said, we are going to take our lovely sauce. We're going to take our lovely saffron sauce here. We got ginger, we got garlic, we got onions, we got lemon, we got saffron, of course, a little bit of chili flakes in here. And we ever so slightly thicken it with a little bit of cornstarch, just to get that nice glazy thickness that we wanted. And we're just gonna ladle some of that right over top of it. We're gonna have to make some of this a little bit later. And hopefully we get through it before we hit that 3-hour stream mark for us. And if not, we will see. We get to it on our catering day. And then we're just gonna hit it with some chives. So that's pretty much what it's gonna look like going forward. I'm gonna finish everything else and then get on to our next project. Here, I'll even give you a closer look on that. That's what it looks like. Trust me, it's delicious. So let me, I'm gonna do layers of it. So let's move a little faster now and get that done. Our goal to get out all the food is before 11:30, because that's when our clientele and customers start to show up. So we want our food, everything out and just waiting for them to show up. So they're not waiting on us as they show up. So I gotta time it, try to time the food perfectly. Take you to the danger zone. All right, so, and then we just repeat that process. Yeah, so this sauce pretty much enders on this sweet and savory side of things. Some people don't like sweetness, too much sweetness in their dish. So this sauce is not that sweet. Some people don't like sweet at all. Some people just like their savory and stuff like that. Let me know what you like in your dish. Do you like a little bit of sweetness? Or you just like that saltiness, that savory side of it? Or you actually just like, are you like in between? A little bit of mix, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory. Honestly, for me, I don't mind either or. As long as it tastes lovely, I'm gonna enjoy it either way. So I'm not too, I come from a little bit of a rough upbringing. So when it comes to food, I am not picky at all. I love and eat almost anything. So I say almost anything because some people like to twist that up into like, you know, haha, you eat this then. And I'm like, no, man. I like food in general. I just like food, all right? And I don't take it for granted because there's a lots of people in the world who do not necessarily have delicious, nutritious food to eat on a daily basis. So therefore, when you get stuff that you enjoy, do not just remember there's other people around the world that do not have the same luxury. So just stay humble and blessed. That's all I can say. Flying into the danger zone. So once again, and then we can finish up our last layer and continue with our journey here. Let's get rid of this. Let's finish up this. You know what else will go something beautiful with this sauce? Some nice risotto. Some lovely, creamy risotto. And a little bit of this sauce on top will go such a long way. Just wiped out my area. Things like to get out of control every now and then. And then we can finish this and take it on its way. All right. As we got, yeah, you want it? All right, so this one is going over to our hot area for our lovely customers. And then we will be back to give you the next little bit of what we got going on. My zucchinis should be finished in the oven. So make sure we don't overcook that today. And it might be already too late, but we'll take them out either way. And let those slightly cool down. In the meantime, I'll give you guys my chicken. Here's our lovely chicken. Let me take some temperature of this and make sure that it is up to temperature. So I do not, we don't get anyone sick. You kiss me when you gain the kissing game. I like the way. All right, so let's take that little temp. Now we want this to get above 85. As you see, we're up to 90, which is good. So okay. There we go, finally take. And we're gonna take a couple more. Make sure we don't hit that bone. See? You can't see it right now, but it's another temperature. I'm gonna check another piece somewhere that you guys can see, like this one right here. See, we are 80, 88 going up. We're at 90. So that's a good temperature for you want for all your chicken. And we're doing this in Celsius. If it's in Fahrenheit, you want to do 185 and above. And the health inspector will be happy with you. So that is my piece for that. So our chicken is well in its parameters and it is cooked. So now we can get the rest of our chicken and finish them up. So we're gonna put you like this for a second. We're gonna get our other tray. And then if you're with us yesterday, you know that we're gonna also put our glaze on here. So the chicken was marinated in some nice maple Dijon glaze, and we have a little bit of that glaze left over from that marinated. Fran, welcome to the chat. That looks amazing, says Fran. Definitely getting some fish for dinner now, and this looks delicious from Natalie. Yeah, thank you guys. It's amazing to have you both here and the stream with us this morning. And we are just grinding through, trying to get our food out for lovely customers. So yeah, we are gonna glaze the top. Now, this chicken alone by itself, without the extra glaze on it, is already delicious and tasty. I'm just basically brushing another layer of flavor on top of what I've already got. So I like to, when it comes to flavoring for me, I like to do layers, right? Most times I like to have that base seasoning that's already delicious and then add another layer on top of it as the food kind of comes out of the oven. So you don't have to do this. This is just something I like to do for myself. So you already have the chicken already marinated and spiced. I put a little bit more spice on the skin before I roasted it. Some my spice mix, some smoked paprika on that skin. And I roasted it because it was already marinated in this Dijon, not this per se, but it was already marinated in some of this. And then I roast it off, and now I'm just gonna add it a little bit more layer of this on top. So now what you have in this marinade itself, it's you got some Dijon mustard, you got some grainy Dijon mustard, you have apple cider vinegar, you have olive oil, you have a little bit of smoked paprika, some spices, and that's all you have in here. Let that marinate for at least 24 hours or 2 hours, and then you're good to go. Now you want to cook this because you have so much things on here that could easily burn and caramelize. You just want to cook it on a nice low steady heat all the way through. Don't rush it. If you want more color, of course, crank that heat up, you know, throw it on a grill or barbecue or something like that, and you're good to go. So all the dishes I'm doing here is a precursor to my catering order that I'm gonna be doing on Friday. So if you want to come by and see me execute some of that, I don't have that much people for catering on Friday than I did on the week before. The week before I had 100 people. This week I have 50. So hi y'all. All right. I think you said you pronounce that Jerim or something. I can't. I don't know how to pronounce that. But welcome to the chat. I'd love to have you. Let me know if I pronounce that correctly or not. I am sorry if I butcher that. I do apologize. My pronunciation to some of your names are absolutely brutal, and that's not on you. That's probably on me. So I do apologize. So our chicken's done. Let's get to work. What I did not do though, we're gonna add some of that chopped chives on top. Now I'll give you a little bit of tip. When you have stuff that you have to cook and you have to get it to proper temperature to make sure it's cooked to standards for your health inspector and stuff like that. Some of those standards are set so high that you, the customers, do not get sick, right? So some of the practical way you cook certain foods, like the chicken per se, you have to cook it, make sure it's cooked above 75 degrees and higher to kill whatever bacteria that could make you sick. I have it in food. The thing is now, when that's being said, this meat is going to be held for a little bit in a hot food area. So the longer it keeps there, is the drier that meat is going to get, right? There's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding the dryness that's going to happen because most of the moisture and stuff is like if you put a meat on the grill, right? Leave it too long, it's going to become super dry. It's the same. You're gonna have a level of juiciness when these come out the oven, right? But the longer they sit there in a hot area, the drier they're going to get. So you can also try to time your food so a little bit undercook it, because you know when you pull it out, that residual heat is going to continue to cook your product, and it'll cook it up to that 75 temperature, that 85 temperature that you want, right? So there's a technique there that could also preserve some of the juices in your meat, and so it doesn't completely all leak out and the meat goes super dry on you, and you are just relying on a bunch of sauces to keep some moisture in your mouth while you're trying to eat this. So a little bit of tip. I have a name here that's in a different language. I 100% do not know how to say this. I do appreciate you coming to the stream, checking it out. I'd love to have you. I would have to Google translate that, and my hands are very dirty right now, so it's not something I can do in the middle of this stream. Love to have you though. What's your head? Very hot. Coming over. Saucy. It's good for the hair, you know. All right, so that is our chicken. We're gonna get the next one going. Push. Put this one over here for a second. And now, since I've explained everything to you guys, I'm gonna move a little bit faster.
Where's your extra soy sauce?
Soy sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take it. Oh, all right, that's our second batch of chicken. We're gonna get this to our hot food area, and then we can get out the rest of our dish. So stick around with us. We're getting there. We'll be right back. Cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cause I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear. All right. What is next? All right, we have these lovelies right here. If you were here with us yesterday, you remember what these look like. We added a little bit of extra something for today. And I'll tell you what exactly that is in just a hot second. Let me just throw some gloves on. All right, so in this lovely bowl, we have some kale, we have some pumpkin seed, we have some pecan, we got some cranberries, we got some olive oil. We use that to massage into our lovely kale, right? Make it, spread it around, make it look a little bit pretty for you. So we massage that in. You can add some salt, some pepper if you want. Give it a nice, I always talk about layers of flavor. You can, add a little bit of salt and pepper down there. Give that a mix into your kale for another layer of seasoning. Just in case when you add your balsamic vinaigrette, that if any little crevices is missing that you didn't get to, it will still be flavored one way or another. And that is my whole premise of having layers of flavor in my dishes. So just a little bit of food lessons. All right, so coming to you, we have that lovely sweet potato that we took out the oven. Let it cool a little bit because it's just a little bit easier to work with. Let's get that together. Then we can get that in a bowl. I'm gonna be a little bit gentler with it because if you ever cook sweet potato, any roasted sweet potato, you know that it could be delicate and it likes to mush out with you. And we're just gonna put it in. Put it all in there. Get our other tray and put it in this bowl as well. Oh, honey, honey. You're my candy girl. Why you got no honey? My coworkers are hilarious. All right, so now we're gonna give that a nice little toss. Get those sweet potatoes, kill some cranberries and everything lovely and mixed up. This is going to be one of our side vegetable dish in our hot counter there. So if you're wondering what on earth I am doing with this, that is what's going on. So now, hey Maria. we're gonna add some of our balsamic vinaigrette in this one. Of course, make a complete mess. You know how we like to make mess up here in the kitchen. Some more balsamic vinaigrette in this one. Don't be shy. You wanna marinate it all. Looks good, right? And then we're gonna give that a toss. Make sure we get that balsamic vinaigrette mixed into everything. You can already smell it. If you have, you know what would be a little bit good as well, you can add a little bit of thyme in here, like fresh thyme leaves and stuff like that in throughout here. Bring it together or just mix it in with your vinaigrette as well. It'd be absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna put you over here. Well, grab one of you and we're gonna fill you up. I know there's a little bit more oil than you'll probably like to put since you're using a vinaigrette, but all in all, this is a nice little on the healthier side of a dish. You don't even need any protein. You can just have this by itself and you'll be good to go for a day. Let's get rid of this. We're gonna put you to the side while we grab another one and get you in here as well. We got one more space up front for our dish, so we're gonna get it there because our clientels are starting to come in for food. So get that, cover it up so we can finish one of our last dish. And I think yesterday we didn't add the pumpkin seed, the toasted pumpkin seed, and I do think it's a great addition to this as well. So let's get rid of this. A little bit of a wipe down. Like I said, we'll try to bring you different dishes. Try to keep it interesting. Keep watching us. We will do what we can. All right, so that's what that looks like. Bring you in for a closer look so you can get all those lovely sights. Hopefully that coming out as good as it looks to me, as it does on camera. So all being said, we're gonna take this and get this to where it needs to be. So I'll be right back. And then we'll get to our last but not least lovely side vegetable dish. Behind.
I love those green things like people.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay.
Yay.
All right. I do apologize to anybody who gets stuck into, one of those ads screen. If you happen to miss anything because the ad popped up, just ask me in the comments, the chat down below, and I will definitely go over it again for you if you happen to miss anything because of an ad break. I do not have any control over any of those, so thank you. Hi. All right. So next we have this loveliness right here. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what it is? Whoa. Oh, that's coming out. No, no, no. I just want it to be, nice and crispy. All right. So if you weren't here yesterday, I can go into a little bit of explanation what this one is. This one is Greek style mixed vegetables. So all our roasted vegetables were marinated in olive oil, some Greek seasoning. We have some mixed olives. We have some cherry tomatoes. So give those a mix. And then we're just going to add in our roasted vegetables along with some feta cheese. I still have to go get my feta cheese. So I'm going to add in all our roasted vegetables. And then I will grab my feta cheese, come back, and then we can finish this. So we got our red onions right here. You might say this is a lot of onions, but remember we are making for a good amount of people because there's a lot of business around here and there's a lot of people that pull up for lunch around this time. So we want to make sure we have good portions of food ready for them as they come. Sorry for the loud noise. As you do know, I am in the kitchen. So loud noises are to be expected on a random scale. Try not to be very detrimental to your ears, but I do apologize. All right, so we got our zucchini over here, our roasted zucchini. And all these were pretty much roasted with that Greek seasoning, a little bit of smoked paprika, and that's it. You can finish this with a little bit of lemon juice as well, if you like. Just to give it, like I said, I'm always thinking about another layer of flavor. So a little bit of lemon juice will go a long way on this for just a little bit of extra flavor. Even a little bit of, I would say red wine vinegar as well. Just a dash of red wine vinegar on there as well. Get that nice acidity going. Really good. We also have our roasted bell peppers. So it's a nice roasted melody. A lot of people like to do this kind of melody as well. Put them on a nice veggie sandwich or something like that. Or make a nice veggie pasta, something like that. There's many implications for something like this. I did go a little bit lighter on my roasting for my red pepper, but you can go a little bit darker if you want. Get a nice chard on it. Bring out some of that natural sugars from it. All right, so let's bring you guys back here for a second. I'm gonna go and grab my feta cheese so I can crumble it in here and also crumble some on top. I'm gonna hit that, some chives. All right, so I'll be right back. Let me just go grab that. All right, I got my feta cheese. I'm making my way back to the crime scene. It's a dance on beat for life, mashing up the place like dynamite. Oh, some sausage. Sorry, Maria. All right, we got our feta. We are using this guy, feta cheese. Make sure you drain off the liquid, and then we're just gonna crumble it in. And she's the dancer queen for life, mashing up the place like dynamite. Shit. All right, so nice little crumbles in here. All right, now we're gonna get our hands in there. We're gonna try to mix it up and make sure. We're gonna see, you wanna undercook your zucchini because if they get too soft, when you start mixing it, it'll get mushy, right? So you wanna kinda undercook them a little bit. Just be gentle if you do tend to cook them too much. So mix these up with everything in there. This is one big bowl of hot flavoring right here. Just so much flavor is going through this mixed vegetables right now. So be a little bit gentle, just not to keep some of those zucchinis whole. See, I'm already mushing one together. All right, so we're gonna bring in our container for this. Make sure we mix nicely so we can get a little bit of everything incorporated everywhere. Gemma, can I get one of the small containers? Please and thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now there's a lot of things you can add and remove as well from this. Like if you don't like olives, you can always remove the olives. You can add a different melody of vegetables if you want. And then you can just keep all the flavoring the same. We don't have any medium at this moment. All right, let's get rid of this.
I love your earrings. You know it. You have only one? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
And now we are going to crumble the rest of our feta cheese in here. Just over top. I would drizzle a little bit of balsamic, red wine balsamic vinegar. I currently don't have anything that's open near me at the moment, so I am just gonna go with what I have. All right, so we got a nice, just crumble that feta cheese right across. And the feta is one of the feta, the olives and stuff that's in here is one of the reason you do not want to add too much salt to your vegetables when you're roasting them, because it comes down to it. All these flavors mixed together, you will get an over-salted dish, right? So you want to have that balance. And that's why you don't want to add, when you're roasting your vegetables, don't make it, don't add a ton of salt to your vegetables, because knowing that you're going to add a bunch of other things in there that's going to have salty elements to it, right? Because you have the feta is naturally salty. You have the olives that's naturally salty as well. And if you're going to be putting in the acidity and stuff like that, so keep that in mind as you're doing something like this. The sauce is saffron. Now I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil over top. And finish it off with a little bit of that lovely chives on top. And I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer to see what that is gonna look like. Richard, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. So that is what that is gonna look like. Hope you guys enjoy that one. I think it's nice, pretty, and you know, just one of those inviting dish that get people to come in and enjoy. So I'm gonna take that away. Behind. All right, we are stepping into the lovely bottom half of our stream, ladies and gents. We're getting into that lower half of our stream where we start to prep for something's leaking. Something's leaking. I don't know what it is. Is that me? That's not me. Okay. All right, ladies and gents. Before I get into the prep section of my day, I just want to say thank you guys for joining. It's hump day. You guys are amazing. Thank you for stopping by the stream to see what's going on. I do appreciate every single one of you. I do not take it for granted. Every viewer I get, every subscriber I get, brings a little bit of extra joy to my life. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate it. So if you're new to the channel at all, longtime viewers of the channel now, they know that after I'm finished filling out our food for the lunch service, I start to get into the prep phase of my day, where I start to replenish all the stuff I use for the following day. And the following day that I'm here is going to be a catering event of 50 people. So that's exactly what I am going to get into right now. And I'll explain a little bit to you what happens in those, the prep portion of the stream. So basically, because I am at work and I do appreciate people having their privacy and stuff like that, I do not, whenever I step away, I do not bring you guys or the camera around with me, right? I will put you guys down here and grab my ingredients, my prep and stuff that I need to prep, and I'll bring it back and then I will demonstrate what I'm doing as I'm prepping. But that just means that you guys can still, communicate with each other in the chat. You can ask me questions when I come back with my ingredients and stuff like that. I'll try to get to the chat and read them and see what's going on. But that's the dynamic of the prep portion of my video. So if you don't feel like that's something you want to sit through, feel free to join us on our other streams going forward. We do a lot of cooking at home as well. We like to share recipes with our community and stuff like that. Hopefully get stuff that you guys like cooked on the channel. For that, you can join our Discord on the main page of our channel. We have links there that you can join our Discord. It's 100% free. I'm not asking you guys for any money. I'm just trying to build a community of like-minded people who like to see what I do. So and be a part of that community as well. So, other than that, that is the dynamic of my prep day that I'm getting into right now. So I'm gonna do a little bit of switch over. I got some chickens to prep today. I have some vegetables to cut up today. I have some sauces to make today, and that's all getting ready for my catering on Friday. So now that you know the dynamics, I'm gonna switch over my boards, get some stuff together, and then I'm gonna put you guys down while I go grab my chicken, come back and debone all those chickens. All right. So stick around. Let's see what the chat is saying. Really, Sylvia, welcome back. Love to have you again. Nice to see you. Everything looks so delicious. I do appreciate you. Man, welcome to the chat as well. Neat. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Manja or something. Yeah. Some of these names I will butcher. I do apologize, but yeah, welcome to the stream. Sylvia, nice to have you again. And everyone else, I'm going to start. Happy hump day. And I usually try to cut the stream off around the 3 hour mark. I'm gonna plug you guys in a second into some battery because I don't want you guys dying on me. That's happened to a stream of mine before where the battery completely died. So I'm gonna get you guys plugged in right away so we don't have to go through that mess again. Ugh. All right. Nice. You guys are plugged in, have energy, and ready to go. You know, I got this kind of a setup going on. I don't want to go too loud in public with my stream here. So try to keep everything nice, neat, and compact as I go through the day. All right, so let me do my switch over and we can continue this madness. If you guys have any questions for me, have any criticism, keep it constructive. I'm all here, so I'll leave it down in the comments and I'll get back to it. You guys can introduce yourselves in the comments to one another. It's a community, you know. No questions is a stupid question. Just keep it clean. Because there might be kids and stuff in the chat, and nobody needs their kids going into a toxic chat room for no reason. There could be church folks in the chat as well. we don't need none of that negativity today. It's hump day, so. Sorry, Maria. We're gonna have to cook some pasta, so we got our little pot for that. We're gonna be prepping some chicken, so the containers to put that in when we're finished. For anyone interested in my dinner live streams, I won't be doing any dinner live streams tonight. The lovely missus is craving some Indian food, so I am gonna actually order in. I'm gonna order out for some nice butter chicken later, because after a full day of work, butter chicken is not one of those things I want to go home and put together. Eventually could do a nice butter chicken recipe for the channel for you guys. If you guys want to see something like that, you know, definitely leave a comment or let us know in the Discord. We can definitely, me and the team can definitely put that together. Me and the team, there's just like, there's 5 of us. We're all used to work together in the food industry. After COVID, we all kind of went our separate ways and we came back together kind of for the channel. So If you're ever watching some videos on the channel and you see different faces, that are just some of our team members trying something new, trying something different from our usual food stuff. But we are mainly a food channel. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight. That does remind me, I might have to make some bone broth, some chicken bone broth as well today too. So we have a nice full day ahead of us. Behind sandwiches. All right, we are out with the green. We're in with the red. And you know, when you see the red, that means meat is coming. First things first, we're gonna get our pot on the stove for some pasta that we gotta cook. We're gonna season our pasta water. We got some salt. And then we're gonna add some olive oil. Hopefully, to get our pasta not to stick on us. We will add more when it's finished cooking. Hi. Maple balsamic.
Maple balsamic?
Maple Dijon, I'm sorry. What, you don't like maple and Dijon?
No, Dijon.
What? It's delicious. It's delicious. Hey, do not blame me for your taste buds. It's not my fault your taste bud has issues. We got a little bit of our saffron sauce left over. Saffron, you're not gonna waste that. It's saffron. You know how expensive saffron is? This lovely little flower, you barely get anything out of it, and then you use so much. Oh, so good. Anyways. All right. We're gonna cover this so it can boil a little bit faster. We're trying to get things done in a reasonable time for today. We're gonna need some bowls for our chicken. So we can marinate and put our chickens in. We're gonna have to make the marinade for our chicken, so we got a few things. Yeah, this is pretty much my prep day. Grabbing stuff, prepping stuff, putting stuff together. Hopefully you guys get to see some stuff you've never seen before. And, you know, that's just a part of that. I think I've had this steel for so many years now, and I think I'm going to eventually need to get myself another one. I saw one that I really liked, but the price was about $100 for it. At this food market I went to on the weekends. More than good. All right, that's there. Yes, we're gonna use to make the marinade a little bit later on. As soon as I find my whisk. Sorry, Gemma. Oh. This is for my ropes. Gotta make sure I get everything together so I'm not running around looking for things out there.
Open it and put it in the thing. Already,
Alright, got my whisk for that. My spoon for my pasta. I'm gonna grab, all right, see, this is the part where I put you guys down now. I gotta go grab my chicken. I gotta go grab my pasta, and I will be right back. We'll go as far and see how the audio holds up. Do 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 do. Smells like eggs over here.
That's Mina.
Mina, I think you need the washroom. All right, I'm going through some corridors. You might cut off. I'm going into a fresh area. Let's grab. I know I said I was gonna grab my pasta, but I'm gonna have to go back for that because this box of chicken is pretty heavy. Oh shit! I'm so scatterbrained that I forgot to finish my story about why I'm not streaming dinner tonight. I'm doing takeout from this lovely Indian spot that we know and that we love. So that's where dinner is gonna be tonight. And I didn't want to get off of work and just make some butter chicken because a good butter chicken is a process. Making a good butter chicken is definitely a process. That's gonna take a little bit of my patience when I go home. And today is a gym day. So imagine me doing all this work at work, cooking, getting off of work, going to the gym, and then leaving the gym, go home, and cooking up some butter chicken. Doing the prep for the butter chicken, cooking the butter chicken, you know. It just be such a hassle. So that is why. Now grab my pasta and I'll be back. Trying to keep you lovely viewers informed about my situations as I go throughout the day. You can probably hear my voice. I'm already getting a little bit tired. We have linguine, but we do not have fettuccine. Why? We might have to switch up our pasta. That's not cool. Huh. Linguine. Oh, there we go. Some fettuccine. Cool. All right. Makes it worse. It's on the bottom of the shelf. All right. What's wrong with you? We're using some IP pasta. Susanna? According to the label, it should take about 10 minutes to cook these. We're gonna cook them in 9 minutes because we want them cool down al dente and put aside. So that is what we're gonna do. All right, let's take you lovely Nancy's back up here with us. I won't leave you in the dark for too long. Welcome back. And we have these things that we're gonna use. It makes it sound like I'm not excited, eh? Alright, I'm just gonna leave you guys just like this. It just makes life a little bit easier for me when I'm ready to put you in a pot. Just make you feel like an open shirt summer. You know when you're in a moment. Oh my gosh. Yo, what is happening here? That could have been something. All right, we're gonna leave you like that. All right, we're just gonna wait till the pasta's boiling and we're gonna leave that somewhere. We can get to it pretty fast.
Later on, I remind you. Before you leave, we need to cook one chicken for
Halal.
halal.
All right, let's get to work, get to business here. Got a bunch of chickens that we're gonna chop up and put them in that little bowl over there in the distance. And we'll see how much we can get done before we hit that 3-hour stream mark. And the box you see right there, and that's filled with chickens, and that's what we're cutting up today. We won't save the bones because we do have a few bones that we have to go through to make our bone broth, and we will see if we can get to the bone broth today. I mainly want to focus on the prep for the catering. So usually the proteins when it comes to catering switches up, depends on what the clientele wants. If they specify like they want a pork or they want something else, I can do it. But I usually stick into the boundaries of the usual things I have on the menu, unless they specify they want something out of the norm, then I'm happy to do it. No problem for me to do it. But yeah, that's that. Now, when you're doing this chicken, no force, not a lot of force is really needed. You just really need a sharp knife. The main thing is just having a proper sharp knife to get through most of the areas, most of the joints, and a little bit of the bone. I'll try to get this done as fast as possible. Clock is ticking. You don't want this one, it's not cooked. Hi. Unfortunately, we don't have the medium at the moment. So there's only, yeah, it's only small and large right now. Yeah, over there. All right, so we're slowly getting there. We're almost halfway through. this box. Just want to say happy hump day to everyone in the stream at the moment. Stay fabulous, as you know you are. Make sure today is a special lounge day, because we like to have a nice lounge before we get to the weekend, because the weekend we can relax. The lounge before the relaxation. If that makes sense. Some of these little wings, you gotta watch out for these little threads as well. I'm gonna make sure none of them remains on here. Dun, 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 dun. Does anybody in the stream listen to live radio at all? I find myself listening a bit of the radio lately, not because I'm an old person. It's just some things the radio do that I enjoy than these social stream media platforms. They just do a little bit better. It's a little bit personalized, you know. There's one station I came across. They're doing like a little competition, a sound giveaway. They're giving away a cash prize. They'll play a sound and see if you can guess the sound. And if you guess the sound, you get the jackpot, right? If you can't guess the sound, if you guess the sound wrong, they'll add $100 to the pot. So right now the pot is up to like $16,000. Nobody's yet in the city is yet to guess what the sound is, right? So I've been like religiously following the station, trying to figure out what that sound is. And for the life of me, I've heard so many guesses over listening to this radio station, and I kid you not, I cannot guess what this sound is, because everything that I thought it was, people have like guessed it, and it's been completely wrong, and I don't even know what to think. But I think it's a fun way to get people. The chicken is a maple Dijon. Maple Dijon. Maple Dijon. mean, it'll be nice to win the prize pot, but that sound is just ridiculous. So that is half chicken. Pardon?
Salmon,
This,
foodie.
yeah, the salmon is a blackened salmon in a saffron sauce. We're almost done, and then we can get the chicken nicely marinated for our catering order on Friday. So you can see how all those lovely flavors are going to be able to sit in this chicken and marinate for all that time. It's going to be delicious. Hopefully we can get this done before our pasta water starts to boil. Then we don't have to be handling our pasta and with going back between our raw meat and our pasta. Just want to keep everything to themselves. Slowly but surely getting there. So what's going on, stream? How's everyone? Everyone having a good time? I hope you are. I got my hands full of chicken, some raw meat right now. Some find it as therapy, some find it as disgusting. It is a job, it is a choice. I think as much as I love to produce food and cook and all that lovely stuff, I think if I had to live my life as a butcher, I would hate it. I honestly think I would hate it. I don't think I could be a butcher for a career. Plus, you're in a fridge pretty much most of the day. Not something I like to do. One of my jobs before I started doing all this loveliness, I worked in a factory. It was one of those McCain factories that do like the ice cream cakes, the ice creams and other lovely frozen desserts. It was probably one of the most stupidest job I ever took, knowing how much I do not like being cold. You know what I mean? At the time, I was young, naive, and just needed some money. But look back at it, would I do it the same? Hell no. That was terrible. That was a terrible job. For me, as a tropical person, that is the worst job you could ever have. All right, once I get to the last chicken, I am gonna cut it completely up and show you all the pieces you can get out of one whole chicken. I'm just gonna basically tear it down to nothing so you guys can take a look and see why buying whole chickens instead of just pieces of chicken is more profitable, is more budget friendly than the latter. Well, we got a nice little lineup for our hot food section. Pretty good. Pretty good a sign that your food is have good quality. So I cannot complain. All right. We got one more after this, and then I'll cut it up and show you guys all the pieces of chicken you can have. Even for some lovely stew chicken if you want. Bone, without bone. All right. Last but not least. All right. A million parts of the chicken. That's gonna be for stock. You got your wingette. You got your tip. That can be for stock. That could be for, go in your package for your wings. Put everything over here. And a neat little line. Tip, wing. Do this exactly the same way. Over there. The bone. That. You can chop that in half again. And if you're making stew, chop that in half again. If you're making stew. So I'm not gonna chop them, I want to keep them whole. So you got that. Got that. Got the lovely breasts. Got the breasts. You can take the wing. You got that. You got the breasts. You got the nice bones or some stock. Some bone broth, whatever you feel. You got the breasts. You got the wing. Now you can also, if you're doing some stews, you can cut that in half, cut that in quarters. Completely up to you, but there's all your pieces of your lovely chicken. And then you're done. Voila. So breasts we're gonna use for that. Thighs we're gonna use for that. Wings we're gonna use for that. Wings, we're gonna drum it, we're gonna use for that. Tips we're gonna use for stock. Bones we're gonna use for stock. Legs we're gonna use to be marinated as well. So many pieces you get. And you can separate them, put them in Ziploc bags, different containers, put them in your freezers, pull them out when you're ready. You can marinate them, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in your freezer, pull it out when you're ready. The world is your absolute beautiful oyster. Now it's time for me to clean this mess up. Oh. I just need a knife back.
Knife?
Yeah, this one can go over by
Okay.
Thank you. Chicken's gonna go under there. Under is pretty cool because I'm especially working on top of kind of a fridge area as well. So put away this box and stuff, and then I'm gonna get my hands washed and continue this lovely journey of ours. And thinking about finishing before the pasta's water is boiling. It'd be nice if I actually turned on the stove as well, which I did not. So at least we're gonna be done the chicken before the pasta water boils. Oh, look at that chicken. Smells like chicken too.
This is yours? You have your DC optimum?
Huh, something's changed about this area. What happened? It's so nice and clean.
Better.
I
And
know.
you said, no, don't bring it there. What did you order that? This one? You have your PC optimum? How would you like to pay? You can go ahead.
Oh, nice little lineup you got going on here. Nice little lineup you got going on here.
Enjoy. This is yours? You have your PC optimum?
All right, we are back. We are going to get our marinade ready for our lovely chicken here, so we can get that out the way first things first. All right. Whoa. Got some lovely maple syrup for here. You guys can come in a little bit closer before I start mixing this or not, because once I start mixing, things tend to get. Give me a second. Oh, I got a runny nose. Oh, no filters, right, chat? No filter. Sorry about that. I have a nice little runny nose there. Let me go wash my hands and I'll be back.
Okay, how would you like to pay?
Yeah.
Stop it.
You want to place an order? Somebody Receipt?
All right. We're back again. We just had a little bit of cold note. Hey. A little bit of nose run, so we have to get that organized. All right, so let's get back here. We have our maple syrup. We're making our marinade for our chicken. There's a possibility we might need some more maple syrup, but till we get there. We have a lovely grainy mustard. And then we got a regular mustard. Lovely.
Already?
Just right there. You're welcome. If we still have some here, we don't have to get it, but it's not like we have here, so we might have to go get it. Got some apple cider vinegar. We have some smoked paprika. We got some salt, pepper. We got some garlic powder. You can use fresh chopped garlic if you have that handy. And I'm just gonna put everything together. You might need to hit it with a little bit more maple, but we're gonna taste it in a second. See what we got. And if you ever want the recipe for anything that we do here, you can definitely join the Discord, and we're always willing to share recipes over here. No secrets. Well, there is some secrets that I can't share, but the majority, I think I'd be okay with it. Suable recipes, I cannot share with you. Public recipes, yeah, definitely. All right, let's put this to the taste buds and see what we got here. Let's get our first reaction right now. That tastes delicious. All right. Tastes delicious. We're gonna add a little bit of honey. But it tastes delicious. It's like going to somebody's kitchen and be like, can you tell me what this tastes like? Oh, this is the best thing I ever tasted. Let me add a little bit of salt to this. But it's still the best thing I've ever tasted. Anyways, that is done. Put that off to the side for a second while we bring our chicken back in and get that all marinated up for y'all. I'm just gonna say to everyone who's still in the stream, I appreciate you supporting, seeing what's going on. I can't stress enough, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I hope your day's filled with laughter, joy, and happiness. We got some of our lovely spice blend. That we're gonna be using in this mixture as well. You're gonna see how much I really love this spice blend because I put that stuff on everything. All right, so it's time for our chickens. You mind grabbing that soup lid for me, please? The soup lid.
Okay.
Grab my containers for the chicken.
What are you looking for?
No,
No,
that one, yeah. Got some olive oil. Gonna mix that. I just want to coat these chickens in olive oil first. Then I'm gonna take our lovely spice blend here. Hello, how are you? Sure, what would you need?
Just a question.
Okay.
This one is garlic sausages.
Yeah.
Not expired enough. Just want to remove it from our counter. They don't sell. Can you do something to that, or I have to scrap? It's a garlic sausage. It's 5 pieces. I have 5 only. 5 pieces.
Yeah. I mean, they can. I don't have anything that I'm cooking
That's why
for
I'm
this
asking.
week.
If you do something that you can cook the sausage, even I can cut
No,
it
that's
for
what I'm saying.
small pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably better to cut it up because these guys can also use it in their.
How I will do that for you. How small? Like the cubes?
Yeah.
Sliced cubes?
Yeah.
Small cubes, like how big?
Like a nice like medium cube.
Okay.
It should be fine.
Can I put it here or put it at the back?
I would say bring it here.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So first we're gonna make sure we season these nicely. Make sure we incorporate that seasoning throughout. And then we're gonna add the glaze that we made on top. And we're gonna let that marinate for a day or so. And that's, this is the chicken that you saw earlier in the stream. You already see how nice it looks when it is cooked. So you'll see more of it on catering day. All right, let's finish this one over here. I won't be able to check the comments right now because my hands is filled with chicken and spices. So bear with me while I get through this little part of our prep sections here.
The more I get, the more I give. The more I get, the more I give.
All right, it's looking good, looking good. Let's finish this up. All right, where's that marinade? So here's the lovely little marinade that we did. The maple Dijon. And we're just gonna add that in. Amazing. Maria, can I get this one back, please? Get some gloves on. And then we can mix these all up and get them in their container. I just wanna be close to you. How's your day so far? So? Yeah? And to all the things you want me to. Ah, thank you. And we're just gonna mix those marinade in nicely and get them in our container right here. Make sure that coats nicely through all our chicken. So this is our lovely maple Dijon marinated chicken right here. I'm just gonna make sure all that lovely flavors get through all our lovely chicken because we want it to sit in that for the lovely amount of time that it gets to marinate. make sure that marinade gets everywhere. You don't want pieces of chicken that's not marinated. Then it won't have the same flavor. You know, you want to make sure everything get a little bit of that marinade. So you want to go underneath, get right down to the bottom, bring it up, mix it all about. Use the arm strength. Massage it in. Then when you feel you're satisfied, put it in. Amazing. We are done with our chicken for today. We just need to clean up, wrap it up, and put it away. Oh, looky, more chicken. Never ends. Chicken is life. I like it like that. All right, let's label this and we can put it away. So it all gonna depends on how much prep we can get done so we can get our bone broth on the stove. Who's available? The soup container fell in again. We might as well just get rid of them all.
Jemaline, who is there? Nothing else? No, no more.
Sorry. What? Oh, my aching thighs. Okay. All right, give me a second, ladies and gents. Let me just wash my hand because I've been playing around in chicken poultry for all this time. So if I don't wash my hands, I'm gonna feel a little bit unsanitary. Oh, we have a wonderful new cashier. How are you? Are you new? Are you new?
Oh, yeah, sure. Actually, I don't know what to work.
Hey, you leave our staff alone, all right? Go back over there. That's so mean. Right. All right. We're having a moment. We're gonna put you guys down here while I wipe down my area, get nice and cleaned up, and I'll bring you guys back up for that loveliness. Oh, and I dropped you. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, the day feel like it's going too slow. Sorry. Oh, pizza. And then we can do a switch over to our, we're done with red board today, so we can switch over to our green board. Don't wanna let you go. You can fly away. Protect the backs. All right, we are quite done here. Let's put you guys back up. Actually, no, I need to leave you down here. I'm gonna throw away some trash and grab our sweet potato. We can get that prepped up before our water for our pasta is boiling. So chicken Dijon's done. We're gonna need to do the sauce for our salmon, but we'll leave that for a little bit later when we come back for a break. I know some of you might want to see that, but I'm gonna get some of the other major stuff out the way first, the larger stuff. The fettuccine, I'm waiting for the pasta to boil. The sauce we'll do it on the day for catering. So we'll probably start our stream early for that and bring you guys with us for that one. We need kale as well. So yeah, let's start the sweet potato first and we'll be good to go. So let me go grab those ingredients and I will be right back. Speaking of boiling water, my pasta water just decided wanted to start to boil. Oh shit. Sorry. Sorry. Say my name. All right, we're making our way back and to grab our basket. Sure, we can do our sweet potato. A lot of walking around today, especially when your thighs are aching from the gym, which mines are currently doing right now. It's make it a little bit harder to move around. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, let me grab my sweet potato, then I can start my pasta. I will be right back, stream, talking to you. Yes. I heard what you said about me.
I hope you heard it loud and clear.
That hurt me.
Aw.
It touched me on the inside.
That's
Pause. That's very good. I'm trying to have a Friday, but it can't seem to come fast enough. Good thing is, I am off tomorrow, so. You know what we need to come together and do? Build ourselves a bunker somewhere. and disappear. This world is going crazy.
Scary now.
Right? Every time I turn on the TV, something else is going on. And like this past couple of events that's happened, like I didn't know. The girlfriend came home and she's like, "Do you see what's going on?" I'm like, "No." I've tried to make it a habit to stay away from the news nowadays. What's going on? It's like bombs are dropped. I'm like, what the? More? All right, got my lovely sweet potatoes on our way back. We still have a nice lineup for hot foods area. Gemma, are you guys doing any pasta anytime soon?
Sure.
Are you guys doing any pasta anytime soon? Any pasta? No. I'm off tomorrow, and they gave us this crappiness. Yeah. You can even put it with some roast veg if you want. Yeah, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be cooked like regular sausage, right? It just needs to be really heated too. Yeah. Where can I leave this one? In here?
just put on top of
Okay. I don't know where they get this nonsense from. All right, ladies and gents, so welcome back. I'm gonna bring forward my little pot of pasta right here. Oosh. All right. Where's my pasta? So I'm gonna cook these off right now. Package says about 10 minutes. Our little fettuccine pasta, and I have to keep a little bit of close eye on them because they're very, very temperamental, and they like to stick to the bottom of the pot for some very odd reasons. I don't know. It's the only pasta I know that likes to do this to me. And you got to make sure you keep an eye on them because they also like to, they love to stick together as well. So they have one of those tendencies. So let me try to bring the water back up to a boil pretty quickly before it's everything starts to stick around. And then when it's all said and done, I'm gonna strain them, put them in that little container right there, get them on our prep cart. Give or take, I might have to cook a little bit more for our catering. I just want our water to come back up to a boil so I can kind of not have to keep an eye on this because it does like to stick to the bottom of your pan. That's the one thing you gotta worry about. Who's a World Cup fan in here in the stream? Apparently the World Cup's coming to my city, and I am not looking forward to it. Like I do love when the World Cup comes around every 4 years. I am not looking forward to it though in my city because the city itself is already rough when it comes to public transit, traffic, and everything else. So having a whole bunch of people from out of states, it's gonna drive the city insane. So unless I have to go to work, I'm pretty sure I'm staying in my house. So you guys might get a lot of cooking episodes from home because I am gonna actively avoid the streets as the World Cup comes around the city. So let me get this pasta done. Once this pasta is done, I'm gonna start my sweet potato. And if you're ever doing something like this and you can get your hands on some fresh pasta, is always the ideal scenario. If you can make some fresh pasta at home, I would strongly advise doing that because nowadays a lot of companies like to add a lot of preservatives and stuff in their product, and it's just not good for the body. It's not good for your overall health. You won't immediately feel it, so some of you might not. It's like, you know, if I think about it, you know, it's all, I don't care. But the real effect comes in the long run when you're, you know, past a certain age, and then all those stuff are coming back to you. So it's always good to think about taking care of your body at an earlier age so you can fight off anything else to come in the later ages, right? What you say about my chicken? So I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. All right, so we're gonna set our timer for our pasta right here. And then we can start a little bit of our sweet potato while that's going. Every now and then I'm gonna have to give it a little stir and make sure it's not sticking. Philly, I got some chives for you. I am starting to get a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna get my sweet potato finished so I can get some nourishment in me. Get a little bit of lunch. Oh. There's another massive sweet potato right here. Pretty a big one. Look at this. It's bigger than the soup container. Isn't that amazing? Check on our pasta. All right, pasta's looking good. Back to business.
What do you want? Oh my God. So bad. You know what? I wish I have to come out. My flour is good. But it's not that good.
Cooking up a storm in the kitchen. Water boiling away with our pasta. Looking delicious and fine. Jean, Jean, Feli said she'll cover your day off so you can come to work tomorrow. Feli said she'll cover your day off so you can come to work tomorrow. On Friday, I mean. Our pasta is pretty much cooked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna strain it off, blanch it in cold water, and cool it down, stop the cooking process, and then get it in our container over here, and then we'll be back. So let me just do that. Maria, I'm just gonna strain something real quick. Alright, I'm using some cold water to stop the cooking process on my pasta because we want it a little al dente and we do not want it to be mushy and overcooked. Are you okay, Nina? Why? Yeah. 5 plates of the sweet potato. Supply and demand. Supply and demand.
Okay, okay, I know it. I know
We're just draining off the extra water off our pasta over here, and then we can continue our prep journey live.
You know what I did? I do that the new one.
And do this without spilling our pasta in the sink. That would be great.
Good afternoon, State Core 101, State Core 101, thank you.
Yes, I ate too.
Hear that, ladies and gents? The customer base is loving our sweet potato and kale dish that we put up earlier. The past 2 days has just been a massive lineup of our clientele, so it's good for business. Plus, the word was spread. So, nice pasta. Lovely baby of pasta. Haha! Then we got some olive oil. Now we're gonna massage a lovely olive oil. Inhale.
No es bueno.
Nicely, nicely. Make sure. This is gonna prevent all our lovely pasta from sticking together on us when we go to use it. And we don't have clumps of pasta in our dish. We don't want that. And we want to be able to just pick out the random one and just go noodles, noodles, noodles. Right? All right, let's wrap this up and put it away and continue. We're probably gonna have to cook more pasta on the day, but this is a good start. All right. This guy is going to be for a sweet potato when we're done. So we're going to leave it there. Let's get you back over here. And we have this entire basket of sweet potato to get through. So let us continue.
Uno momento.
So, this lovely sweet potato is what we've used for our sweet potato and kale dish earlier. That went with a little bit of kale, dry cranberries. We got pumpkin seed in there. We had a little bit of lovely pecans, and then we had our balsamic vinaigrette, and we use that to glaze everything nicely and lovely, and that's what this prep is for that dish. If you are wondering what I'm doing while I'm peeling so much sweet potatoes for, that is why.
Can you take the flour out?
Alright. So many sweet potatoes in my life right now. Trying to get rid of it. It's taking forever.
Yes. You call me right away. Okay?
Anita.
Not your people. Here. That's not my name. I changed it. I have a different name now, but I'm not going to tell you. So I can finish this. What do you like?
All right, we're almost there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. Hopefully, we can get there before our hands give us out. And also, I think it's polite to say happy Ramadan. Ramadan. I know a lot of people are doing their fasting, going through their day as well. So, that being said, take it easy a little bit. I know fasting can be its own thing. It could be hard and difficult if your body's not used to it. So just take it day by day. I did a little fastings before. I used to work with one of my coworkers used to do the fasting for the entire month. I joined him on doing thus fasting, and it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, especially working in a food-dominated environment as well. So you're always around these food, and you're not able to, you get the cravings, you want to eat, you can't, you're not supposed to, and stuff like that. It could be challenging. So, and when I did it, it wasn't for anything. It was just in support of my coworker friend at the time. So I did it. I didn't need to do it, but I find it to be nice. It was a shock to my system, my body, and it was, at the end of it, it was refreshing. No soup today. I know. You have to yell at the sushi chef. Whew. Gosh. And last but not least, we can start to cut up our loveliness after this. And more than anything, I'm a little bit thirsty right now. Get some water. After I'm done all of this, maybe make myself some tea as well. Some nice hot tea will do me well. Cleanse the body, the mind, and the soul. What's going on in the chat? Tony Love, what's going on? Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a little bit. What are you up to making today? I am prepping some for catering for Friday. I'm getting some of my prep work out of the way. Today we made some lovely dishes. We made some maple balsamic maple Dijon roasted chicken. We did some blackened salmon in a saffron sauce. We did a creamy roasted red pepper fettuccine pasta. We did nice kale balsamic vinaigrette, sweet potato side vegetable dish with roasted pecan and cranberry, and what do you call it there? Roasted pumpkin seeds. The other side dish that we did was the Greek roasted vegetables with feta cheese, olive oil, and Greek seasoning. So. Tony Love said, okay, makes sense. That sounds delicious. Maple balsamic roasted chicken. Yeah, it was more of a Dijon, just a Dijon maple roasted chicken, but yeah, it is delicious. So we're just currently in our prep section of the stream, trying to get stuff done, because we do have a catering this Friday for 50 people. So we're getting some of that prep work out of the way, and all the items we're cooking this week is just a precursor to the stuff that we're going to be serving for the catering. So at least whatever help I do get on Friday, they'll all know the menu that I'm using, so there won't be need for a ton of questions. We can just get the catering out the way and done. Simple. So on top of that, I will not be doing any dinner streams tonight because the household is craving some butter chicken, and it's not one of those things I want to go home and make after this. So I'm gonna do a takeoff from our favorite Indian restaurant. So we will not be doing any food streams later tonight. Okay, what do I need? I need my container so I can put these chopped up sweet potatoes in. Need some water. Can I have some water?
Just 1 second. It's hot, really hot.
All right, let's get these lovely sweet potato cut up. We are approaching we've passed our 3 hour mark for our stream, so let's get this done so we can take a little bit of break and come back and finish up everything that we have left for today. Where is my knife? Where are you? I need you. There you are. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you brought my mind over. I can slightly feel summer in the air because the weather is getting nicer outside. So maybe we can do some live stream in our lovely food festivals that happen across the city when the weather starts to get nicer. Hopefully I get to take you guys on some of that journey. It all depends on what is going on when those food events are happening. But some of them are pretty good. Some of them are just smaller events just to get people out, buy stuff. And some of them are actually geared to the food and the culture. So if we get a nice amount of those in the city, I'll take you guys along with me. So you can see that stuff. See how my city operates when it comes to food and culture. It's not the greatest, but it can be entertaining. Cause I wanna know now. Put my hand on the table. I wanna love you and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. I'm playing a little bit of Bob Marley in the background right now. They're trying to lift my spirits, trying to get me through this prep. See how they function. Is this love that I'm feeling? Yes, I know, I wanna know now. I wanna love and treat you right. Every day and every night. Okay. Watching this.
So any yeast?
We do. We have dry yeast, I think.
No, not dry. Chip yeast. Real yeast. Live yeast.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. You're gonna have to check with yeah, you have to check with those guys. Oh, so many. We're almost there though. All right, last but not least. Huh? I don't know. All right, so that is done. Let's put this in and wrap this up the right way. I need some. You have any more white balls? We're gonna take some of these lovely wet white balls and we're gonna put them on top because we don't want to wrap them and come back and the top that's not submerged in water oxidize on us. And the color will be nasty, looking all kinds of gross. So this will help it to stay the nice color that it is.
I want pork. Yes.
Cool. That's another thing for our prep cart. All right, we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there, ladies and gents. Gosh. All right, this is what we're gonna do since we are past the 3 hour mark. We are gonna clean up. We're gonna go for our lunch. We're gonna go finish our prep after our lunch. And we're gonna hopefully be ready for our catering life. So once again, happy hump day, everyone who joined the stream today. You're all welcome to join us again. You guys are all fabulous. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to come and join us, see what's going on the stream. For everyone who interacted with the chat, leave their comments. I do appreciate it. You guys are all okay in my book, all right? Just to let you know. We are going to end the stream here for today. Join us again on Friday for our next live stream. I think that's where going to be our next live stream is for Friday when we get our catering started because we are off tomorrow. So that being said, you guys stay fabulous, stay warm, stay safe, and we'll definitely see you guys on the next live stream. Until next time, peace. Bye.